Just imagine an invisible shield that protects Earth from the harsh radiation of space. That's Earth's magnetic field, a dynamic force that has been safeguarding life for thousands of years. But this shield isn't static, it's constantly changing, and scientists are trying to understand this mystery. In next few minutes, we will explore what Earth's magnetic field is, how it works, and why its changing nature is important for all of us. Earth's magnetic field is like a giant war magnet, but it's not created by any solid piece. Instead, it's generated due to the Earth's internal composition. If we were to peel the Earth, that is, look at its composition, we would find it has four main layers. First, the crust, where we live, about 19 miles, 31 kilometer deep on average on land, and about 3 miles, 5 kilometer deep under the ocean. Second, the mantle, a hot, viscous mixture of molten rocks about 1800 miles, that is 2900 kilometers thick. Third, the outer core, around 1400 miles, that is 2250 kilometer thick, made of molten iron and nickel. And this layer is of our interest. Now, fourth, the inner core, a solid sphere about 759 miles, that is 1221 kilometer thick, composed of iron and nickel, and roughly as hot as surface of the sun. Now here is the click. If the third layer of earth is in liquid form, that means in the third layer metals are in molten form, then why the fourth layer is a solid sphere? The answer lies in pressure. Despite of the temperature of inner core, which is roughly equal to the surface of sun, the metals remain in solid form due to the immense press earth exert on them. I hope now it is clear. Nearly the entire geomagnetic field of the earth originates from its fluid outer core, just like water boiling in a pot due to the heat. Convective forces, which moves heat from one place to another place, typically through air or liquid, cause the molten material to swell. Because of Earth's rotation, these metals spins in real pools. When these hot, molten metal swells, they generate massive electric currents, stretching for hundreds of miles and moving at thousands of miles per second as Earth spins. This mechanism, which sustains Earth's magnetic field, is known as geodynamo. At the Earth's surface, the magnetic field forms two poles, a dipole, the north and the south magnetic poles holds opposite polarity, one positive and one negative, just like a war magnet. These lines of the magnetic field flow in a closed continuous loop, entering from Earth at north magnetic pole and exiting from the south magnetic pole. The solar wind compresses the magnetic field on the sun facing side and stretches it into a long tail on the night facing side. These magnetic poles don't align perfectly with the Earth's geographic pole. Now, what are geographic poles? Geographic poles are the poles we define where the Earth's axis of rotation comes out on the ground. That's why a compass pointing the magnetic north true north. This field extends thousands of kilometers into the space, forming what we call the magnetosphere, our planet's protective oval. So, why is this magnetic field important? First and foremost, it protects us from the solar wind, a stream of charged particles coming from the sun. Without this shield, those particles could strip away our atmosphere and dangerous radiation could reach our surface. And without atmosphere, we will be like Mars, where there is no atmosphere. Scientists believe that some millions of years ago there were atmosphere on Mars, but due to its weak magnetic field, sun ripped it away. And when some of these particles get trapped in the magnetic field, we witness breathtaking phenomena like auroras at the poles. The magnetic field doesn't just protect us, it also helps us navigate, crucial for GPS, satellites, and communication systems. Even animals like birds and sea turtles use it to migrate. You have seen that turtles lay eggs on the beach side, and when hatchling comes out of those eggs, they head straight to the ocean. So, does anyone tell them where the ocean is? No, they can use magnetic field lines to detect the direction of ocean where the ocean is. But when solar storm disturb this field, it can threaten power grids, satellites, and even astronauts in space. Now let's talk about the changing nature of the magnetic field. The magnetic north pole is shifting by about 50 km per year, moving towards Siberia. In the last 200 years, the field's strength has decreased by around 10%. There is even a strange region in South Atlantic known as South Atlantic anomaly. I have covered this topic in a separate video. You can watch that video also. where the magnetic field is unusually weak. When satellites pass over this area, they are affected by solar wind. So, one of the biggest possible changes is a pole reversal when the magnetic north and south poles switch places. This has happened several times in Earth's history. The last reversal occurs 7,80,000 years ago. And according to scientists, 160 millions, the pole has reversed over 100 times. During a reversal, the magnetic fields weaken and become more complex, and the process can take thousands of years. Are we nearing a new reversal? Science isn't certain, but the fast weakening of the field gives some clues. So, could a big magnetic field or pole reversal be dangerous? Yes, to some extent. During a reversal, the magnetic field doesn't vanish completely, it's just become more complex. So, instead of only two poles, we will witness numerous poles. More radiation might reach Earth's surface, affecting satellites, power system, and astronauts. But life has survived many past reversals, and today we are more advanced. Scientists are monitoring the field and developing protective models. In the future, we may even create advanced shielding system to protect ourselves better. We find historical example of this weakening magnetic field, such as around 41,000 years ago, Earth's magnetic field weakened to just 10% of its strength. A geomagnetic event called the Lechem's excursion, which lasted about 2,000 years. Due to the collapse, solar radiations penetrated the atmosphere, increasing UV exposure, possibly affecting human evolution. The key findings in this study are aurora spread far beyond the poles. Even skies over Europe and North Africa lit up. So you can imagine how much solar radiation penetrated Earth's atmosphere. The lights we usually see only on poles were visible on equator region. That was far more dangerous than we can think. Homo sapiens may have adopted using tailored clothing and ochre, a type of clay, as sunscreen, not sunscreens like today we use. Meanwhile, Neanderthals, lacking such innovations, gradually become extinct. Increased radiation could have affected fertility, vision, and survival, leading to evolutionary changes. Modern implications. If such an event happened today, it could disrupt satellite, power grids, and communication systems. But this also shows that life can survive even with a weak magnetic field, which offers valuable insights as we study exoplanets, planets outside our solar system. So, with this conclusion, we can watch those planets on which magnetic field is weaker than Earth. We can consider that there can be possibilities of life on those planets. Earth's magnetic field is an incredible natural feature, a living proof of how active our planet is from the inside. It's a shield, a guide, and a mystery yet to be fully solved. Its changes remind us that Earth is constantly evolving. And as we try to understand these changes, we prepare not just for past but for future also. Now, you can ask me how these scientists come to know about the events, the reversal which occurred millions of years ago. The answer lies in the rocks. Yeah, you heard it right. Rocks say all about it. As we know, there are three types of rocks: sedimentary rocks, igneous rocks, and metamorphic rocks. So, we will focus on igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are made up of lava. And what is lava? Lava is nothing but molten metals. So when volcano erupts and lava flows on the surface of earth, it flows along with magnetic lines because the metals are attracted by magnet. So as we study the structure of igneous rocks, in which direction the lava has flowed, we came to know about the direction of magnetic field. And as the direction of magnetic field changed, the flow of lava also changed. So by this we can conclude how many times and when poles has interchanged. And if you ask about how we determine time, so this is very easy by using carbon dating, a technique to determine time through radioactive decay of carbon. If you want a detailed video on carbon dating or type of rocks or any other video, please do comment and tell me what do you think about changing earth magnetic field. And if you find this video interesting, please like this video, share it with your friends, and do subscribe this channel for more such amazing content. Thanks for watching this video. See you guys in next video. Bye bye. Being something.